Most people never become fluent in a language because they're doing everything except the one thing that actually matters. Learning the words they'll see and hear every single day. Let me break it down to you. If you want to understand a language, the first thing you need is vocabulary. Not grammar, not apps, not 5 years of Duolingo, just words. Think about it. If you don't know the words, it doesn't matter how much you listen. It's just noise. You could be watching Netflix in French for 10 hours a day and still not understand a thing. Because your brain can't recognize what it doesn't already know. Now, here's the good news. You don't need to learn 10,000 words yet. You don't even need to learn 5,000. Just the top 1,000 most common words will cover around 80% of daily conversations. And of course, all the texts in the language, which are easier. That's the sweet spot. So the first step is very simple. Memorize the most common words, the most common vocabulary. You start with the verbs, the nouns, and the adjectives, the core building blocks of every sentence. If you know the verbs, you get the action. If you know the nouns, you get the context. And if you know the adjectives, you can describe things. One of the biggest mistakes people make is focusing too much on grammar when they don't know enough words. It doesn't matter if you know how to conjugate 12 tenses if you don't know what you're talking about, if you don't know the words. So focus on learning the words. Get good at recognizing the words and then use them. You learn the grammar naturally. Now here's the key. You don't read the list once and hope it sticks. You train it like a workout. You go through the words and the example sentences over and over again. Try to recall them, try to say them aloud, get feedback immediately and repeat. You don't memorize passively. You actively build your vocab in context, and that's what makes it stick. Some of the words will be easy, especially if your target language is related to your native language, and you'll recognize the patterns, you'll spot similarities, and those ones, you will not overthink them, you'll learn them quite easily. Just move fast, review them, say them aloud, move on. But for the tougher words, you'll need to get creative. You'll need associations, mnemonics. You associate sounds and images with the target language word. And the more ridiculous the memorization association is, the easier you will remember it, the more memorable it is. That's how your brain works. And as you build your base of common vocabulary, your input sessions, your reading and your listening, will become much more effective. Because suddenly you'll understand way more. And once you can understand 50%, 80% of the language, you can acquire the rest naturally, like a child does, but in a smart way. So here's the full process boiled down. Step 1, memorize high-frequency words. Step 2, repeat them aloud, daily. Step 3, lots and lots of repetition, of reading and listening to those words with example sentences. And step 4, active recall. Look at them in your language, try to say them aloud in the target language, and check. And that's it. That's how I've learned every language I speak. And that's how my students get fluent as well as fast as possible. No tricks, no hacks, just high frequency vocabulary and lots of reps. That's the formula.